Okay, roll a 741 in a roll-off.
A lot of good breaks. not very bad leaves.
All right, what was the highest of the 5 strings?
I had a 168 in the third. And I had a 131 with my low in the last string.
How much was your lead after 4?
84 pins.
How about
nice to go into the last string, really not have to bowl.
Boy, I guess so. And of course, you went into the last 2 boxes last week down by 10 pins, and you came through with a strike and a spare, huh?
I was fortunate. They fell.
That's the important thing, isn't it, huh? It's what counts, right. Okay, listen, you both got great league averages, and you both are capable of exploding. I hope you do today. And we'll get started. I wish good luck to both of you. We'll be underway right after this. Of Nashua, New Hampshire. The way to start. First time on. League average 126, high single 203, high triple 495, and an absolutely phenomenal 741 to win his roll-off. All right, he has 2 pins to pick up, and they are the 2 and the 9 to make it a spare on his strike. Didn't quite get it. Just zinged by that 9 pin. It's a 9 box. Now Ed Czernicki, our defending champion. Ed has won 2 weeks in a row. Ed with a league average of 123, a high single of 200, and a high triple of 465. Single pin, the 6 to pick up for a spare. Mark it. Ed is married, father of 2, self-employed. He's representing the Mohegan Bowlodrome in Webster, Massachusetts. And for any of you who are visiting during the Christmas holidays and may not be familiar with Ed, this program has been on the air for over 29 years. He is the man who has the highest single string ever bowled on this program, a 197. And that was bowled back in 1979. Ooh, the ball just went by that 9 pin and back. It's a 9. Now Joe Ashline. Boy, he does get action, doesn't he? You can see that. He has the 1, 6, 10 left with wood where the 3 would be. And he's got it. Eight is the fill. 6 and 10 to pick up for another mark. He has it. Ed Czernicki on the line now, our defending champion. The reason I brought up that fact that his 197 is the highest single string is, well, twofold. One, because he deserves credit for it, and the other is because I know that during the holidays, sometimes we have people visiting, people in the southern New England area. Spare, who are not familiar with this game that we love so much, we in the New England area and in eastern Canada, Candlepin Bowling. And they're surprised when they find out how low the scores are in comparison to what they are accustomed to in other parts of the country. But they don't know quite how difficult it is. And that's why, of course, we love it so much, because it is such a challenge. 4 horsemen right side. 1, 3, 6, and 10. And oh, is it going to go? The 10-pin rocking, but no, it's going to stay. All right, we're going to take a check on the scoreboard, as we always do after 4 boxes of the first string and 4 boxes of the second string. Joe Ashline, with a bonus ball yet to throw, is leading at this point by a score of 56 to 50. Ashline, he's working on a spare. This is the fill. Boy, does he get action. 7 is the fill, and he's got side-by-side pins in the 5 and 6 plus the 10. Between the 6 and 10, there's a favorable piece of wood. He's got a piece of wood to the left of the 5. Let's see whether he can move things over. Yes, he did. Take another look at that, will you, and see how he did it. That's $50 in bonus money for 3 marks in a row. Beautiful. Look at the way he used that wood. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, has just gone down, cleared a pin. Now Joe trying to keep this going. Almost had a strike. He's got a 9 for a fill on that spare and a single pin. The 3 to pick up for $50 more in bonus money. That's it. Wings right on it. He's at $100 in bonus money. 3 marks in a row establishes a bonus of $50 in the same string, obviously. Then each subsequent consecutive mark in that same string is worth $50 apiece, as long as he can keep it going. Now Ed Czernicki. And our defending champion, 2 full on the head pin. What a great performance he put on last week as he beat Jim Orlandi. He was trailing by 10 pins going into the last 2 boxes and came up with a couple of marks to win it by a pair. Ooh, that one got away. It's a 6 box. One, 2, and 8. Wood across the 1 and 2, and another piece of wood that's kind of, a little bit of it is poked between the 2 and 8. He made it. That's the 3rd mark for Ed Czernicki. 5 for our challenger, Joe Ashline. Joe is a salesman for Annixter Colonial Corporation, living in Nashua, New Hampshire. Another big hit, and he gets 8 for a fill. He's left with a 5 and 9. Wood right in front of it. Ooh, the 5 not there, and what appeared to be almost an automatic spare turned out to not be. 1, 10 through 7. Joe is virtually a newlywed. He's been married just 6 months. Thin hit. He's representing the Kroll Bowl in Stowe, Massachusetts, in the Stoughton Sports Center. All but one. A 10 box. He has pinned every box except the second when he had a 9. In every other box, he's had either a 10 or a mark. Working on a spare. Here's the bonus for our defending champion, Ed Czernicki. It's a 6. The object pin becomes a 3, but then across the back, he's got 7, 9, and 10. Piece of wood off near the 7, not too near. And another one back near the 9 and 10. Yes! Pretty shot. Take another look at that one. Isn't that pretty? Playing off that 3. Utilizing the wood? Yes. And Ed has himself a 9 drop and a 5 pin, the king pin, to pick up for 3 marks in a row, $50 in bonus money, and also to put him back in the game. Going for the 5, right on. $50 in bonus money for Ed Czernicki. Joe Ashline at the line. Our challenger. He almost had the diamond to work on. Now he has a side saddle triangle made up of the 3, 6, 9, but there's wood in between, which will help. Made it. Spare in the 9th. That puts him at 130. Strike in the 10th. 150 plus. First ball. That gets him only 3. Three more. 156. Fine opening string of 156.
150 ball.
Ed Czernicki. And our defending champion gets himself 7. He has a similar spare leave, only to the other side. This one goes 1, 2, 8 with wood in between. No, 2-pin didn't go. $120. And he gets a tough split. 2, 4, 6, 10. Wood across the 6. Two and 4 out, so the best he can do is a 130, which would have him trailing by 26. That's it. A 130. And Joe Ashline picks up another $50 in bonus money for winning the first string. Score at the end of one. Our challenger, Joe Ashline from Nashua, New Hampshire, 156. Our defending champion, Ed Czernicki of Webster, Massachusetts, 1 leads it off. He's Ed Czernicki. Tough split here. No wood. 2, 4, 6. Oh, trying to shave the 2-pin, but missed it. Nine. Guess what he did not need? Spread eagle. Another 9. Now Joe Ashline, who started off with a marvelous 156. And I should remind you that in addition to the 3 marks in a row, which establishes the bonus of $50, and then each subsequent mark being worth $50, there's an extra $100 to a bowler who has a triple that is over 400. 3 strikes in a row, there's an additional bonus of $1,000. And then each subsequent consecutive strike in that same string after those 3 would be worth $1,000 apiece. 4 horsemen right side. He made it. Bonus. And he winds up with a spread eagle. 2 full on the head pin. So it's just 4, punching out the 1, 5, 8, and 9. Left side picked up the 4 and 7. Then took out the right side. 9 box. Joe does not waste any time. Ed Czernicki drops 5 here. He's left with the 1, 2, 4. And on the right-hand side, the 6 and 10 with a piece of wood not quite up against that 6 pin. 4 did not go. He got the 1, 2, 6, and 10. Another 9 box. Just a fraction too full on the head pin. One of the most frustrating things that happens in candlepin bowling, because you're always trying to hit the head pin. Obviously, you want to hit it slightly to the left or slightly to the right so that you will hit the 1-3 or 1-2 pocket. But sometimes you punch it right out. 7. Challenger Joe Ashline of Nashua, New Hampshire. All right, there are 4 pins over on the right to pick up. 3, 5, 6, and 10. 5 is still there. 5 is still there. 9 box. Five and 8 are the 2 pins. Wait a minute. Make that the 5. Make that strike. A slow motion strike as the 8 toppled and then eventually the 5 toppled. He was just about ready to press the button, too, and it turns out to be, well, no, not to press the button, but to pick up another ball and fire. And it turns out to be a strike. Okay, after 4 in the middle string, right now with 2 bonus balls yet to be thrown by our challenger, Joe Ashline, he is leading in this middle string, 42 to Fox middle string. Here is our defending champion, Ed Czernicki. He got some pins to fall, but not necessarily the ones he wanted. He's left with the 2, 7, and 8. And the playable wood is off to the right. Nope. 2 pin was the only one that went. So Ed now has gone 5 boxes in this middle string without a mark. It's an 8. That's discouraging when you are trying so hard to come from behind and you punch out with the, particularly with that spread eagle. It's almost impossible to convert that into a spare. Not impossible. We have seen it, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times. And I'm talking about a show that's been going for 29 years. Joe Ashline who, the way he throws the ball, has the potential for 3 strikes, it would seem, almost any time. The previous one he had, of course, was not an explosive strike, as we all know. It was one of those delayed and backdoor jobs. 8 and 10. Wood. Played the wood beautifully. Had that V, and he was able to pound through to get the 8 and send the right piece of wood over to get the 10. Four horsemen right side plus the 7 and 8, and Wood in between the 1, 3 and the 8 pin. Not quite, didn't get the 7, but it was a fine recovery. Time call. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, wants to take a check on a piece of wood that is, yes, rolling off. He'll get a hand from the faithful. Good pinning for his 10. Right now he's up by 51, which is exactly the total that Ed Czernicki has here through 6 in the middle string. He wants to, yeah, there's a break. The 9 pin went down with a piece of wood, so he has the 4 horsemen alone over on the left. And made it. That's his first mark here in the middle string, and though it was a long time coming, it was a good one. Seven, and the 3 pins there, almost the 4 horsemen. He's got the 1, 2, the 6 is missing, and then the 10. 1, 3. Made it. Very well done. Joe Ashline. Two, 4, 7, and 10. Piece of wood up against the 10. Another one behind the 2 pin. Nope, a little too full on the number 2. An 8 box. Ed Czernicki working on a spare. Here's the bonus. How many? He gets 3, but he doesn't leave himself in a very good position. He's got the 2 pin and the 9 and 10. Got a piece of wood that's off to the right, but it should, I think it's in too deep. I don't think he can utilize it. Well, let's see what he does. Well, he was going for that piece of wood, obviously, and he dropped it just a fraction too soon. It's an 8. $93. Three, 6, 10 on the right, 7 pin. Surrounded by wood. Nope. Did not hit the object pin. Object pin being the 3. So he still has it standing and the 7 pin. Right now he's at 99. Is he? No. He's at 101. Nine, 102. Very disappointing for him, I know, with just the 2 marks. Now Joe Ashline, today's challenger. Took out the left side, and now he's left with 3, 5, 6, 9, 10. Nope. Missed that 3. Eight. 109. Four horsemen left side, plus the 9-pin. Tough shot. Left number 1. There it is for a 10 and a 119. Joe Ashline already at 275. As we've told you, an extra bonus. He picks up obviously $50 for winning the second string as well as the first. Needs a 125 for a 400 and an extra $100. There it is at the end of 2. Our challenger, Joe Ashline from Nashua, New Hampshire, 275. Our defending champion from Webster, Massachusetts, Ed Czernicki, 2 on the line. He's our challenger, and he leads in the match. 2 full on the head pin. He winds up with 2 and 3 side by side. Then the 4 pin. Then the 7 and 8. It's a 9.
Come on, Joey, gotta go after him, buddy. Gotta go after him. Come on.
Five and 9 to pick up. No wood. Nope, just the 5. All right, a pair of 9s. Ed Czernicki coming up. Four horsemen left side. No wood. 1, 2, 4, and 7. Four and 7 still there. Nine. Nothing but 9s up on the scoreboard so far. Four and 7, and a tantalizing piece of wood rolling across and out of the way. For a spare. Oh, missed the 4. Just the 7. So this will be for a 10. Not what he wanted. Now Joe Ashline coming up. There it is. He picked up 1 pin. Al Giglio keeping score on that big scoreboard, and Keith Williams keeping score beside me. Don Riley, of course, is our coordinator and statistician. Joe Ashline has himself 1 pin to pick up for a spare. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, in his accustomed spot. Now watching as Joe goes for it and makes it.
Go, broke the ice, broke the ice. Come on now, all the way.
That's what he got. And he's left with, on the right-hand side, the 1, 3, 6, and 9. On the left, the 4 and 7. Made it! Sidewall action came bouncing back. And Ed Czernicki congratulates him on a fine shot made. The rest of our crew today: Dick Erickson, Roger Rice, Jerry Milo, and Skip Peabody. Oh, just what he did not need. Trying to come from behind, and he gets a spread eagle. $7. Next week's challenger from Peabody, Massachusetts, Nick Lombardi. Everything down except the 7-pin for Ed Czernicki. Nope, did not get it. $10.
Camera right here, buddy.
That puts him ahead by 54. I think. Is that right, Donald? 54? Yep. And another sphere. 56. 3 marks in a row. I'm got to mark down his bonus money here. That puts him up to $250 in bonus money. Is it going to be a strike? It's a big 9. He makes it. $300 in bonus money. 4 marks in a row. And Joe, who came on with that fantastic roll-off score of 741, sure hasn't slowed down any. Ed Czernicki. All right, our defending champion has the side saddle triangle made up of the 2, 5, 8. Made it. Spare in the 5th. Boy, what a comeback he had last week when he was down by 10 pins going into the final 2. Held that one just too long. Only 4 is the fill. Everything except number 1. Right now, the lead is 61. He's got 4 marks in a row. Here's another bonus ball, and big hit. 8 is the fill. Tough to convert this one. He has the 8 and the 10. Well, I shouldn't say It's not as certainly, it would be a lot tougher if there's no wood there. But they are parallel pins, and he has to move it from side to side. But maybe he can with the way the wood is, or maybe he'll play it sidewall. He went sidewall. And it's another $50 in bonus money. He knew as soon as he released that one he wasn't going to hit the head pin. But he throws a ball with so much force, so much action on it, that he's never really out of it, even if he doesn't hit the head pin. 1, 4, 7, 9. Wood between the 1, yes, the 1 and the 9. All right. Had 5 marks in a row there. He's already at 110. 9, 111. Not only does he want 400, but he wants to make it a good 400, so he'll be back again in August when we have our True Value Championship show, where the 5 bowlers with the highest 3-string totals since the last show will be competing. $20,000 at stake in our True Value live championship show, usually the last Saturday in August. Ed Czernicki struggling after rolling a 395 2 weeks ago and a 387 come from behind her to win last week. And right now he's having difficulty, having rolled a middle 102 and struggling here in the third. Two and 7, 3 pieces of wood. Nope, the 2 would not go. It appeared as if $79 needs a mark in order to reach 100. All right, let's see what Joe Ashline eventually does wind up with. He's already at 386. Three pins to pick up with the little wood behind, not in front, but behind. They are the 2, 4, and 7. All right, good. He made a spare here, so he's got himself a shot at a pretty good 400. He's already at 396. Bonus. Oh, yes. Yes. Strike. He's at 416 right now, with 2 bonus balls to roll. First bonus ball. Is he going to get it? No! For a moment, I thought we were going to see the possibility of 3 strikes in a row. 425. 426. And another $100 in bonus money. 50 for the 3 marks in a row and 50 for winning the string. And Ed Czernicki has to come up and finish it up, hoping, of course, that he can get a mark so he can at least break 100. Eight. No strike. Would have been nice. Now he has to pick up the single pin for the mark. And he does. So he will break a hunt. And big 9. 106. And as you can see, Ed Czernicki congratulating our new champion and saying, great bowling, great bowling. And it was a spectacular debut by Joe Ashline. Wow. What a way to start off the first time you come on the show and roll yourself a 426. Wow. He picked up $700 for winning plus $450 in bonus money. And of course, he'll get first try at our high-low jackpot. Final score. New champion Joe Ashline, 426, and our former champion Ed Czernicki, 338. Explain what this is because of all you folks who are probably visiting during the holidays and watching the show for the first time. This drum contains cards which we have asked our viewers to send in guessing what the total pinfall would be, both bowlers combined, on a day that they hope that their card would be chosen. Now, we limit it to 1 card per day. We ask people to make sure it's in a card, not in a letter. If they take a guess, as I say, what the total pinfall would be, include their name and address, and please send it along to this address, which would be Candlepin Bowling, WCVB TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts. Now, when we get a winner, we dump out all the cards and we start all over again. If we don't have a winner, then we just keep adding $50 per week until we eventually do get somebody who is the winner. It's just really as simple as that. But one of the nicest things about it is that if your card is in here and I reach in and draw it out, and even if you're nowhere near what the actual total is going to be, you will be rewarded with several prizes. For example, the person whose card I draw today, even if it's nowhere near that total, will receive these prizes. 764. That means that if I draw a card in here and that it is anywhere between 754 and 774, that person is going to walk away with whatever is accumulated in there. And as I told you, it is $150. All right, let's find out. 10 either way. Okay, and today's card comes from Pauline Kondratuk of 18 Thompson Road, Webster, Massachusetts. And her guess, I said anywhere between 754 and 774. This is 764. We have a winner. All right, Joe, your turn now to try for a high-low jackpot, $275. Well, that's one Czernicki who didn't do it.
Oh, yeah, no. I'll have to wait, I guess.
I guess so. Let's see what we have for... Boy, did you run into a buzzsaw today.
I guess. It's so great to see somebody bowl that well. You know, he bowled terrific.
You know, that's one... I saw you congratulating him at the end, and that's one of the great things, of course, about this sport, is that even though it's not your day,
right,
you can really appreciate when somebody is hot and on.
You want to see him do good, you know, you can get up to that
you know,
true value.
We're prejudiced. We think this is a great game, and we know how difficult it is. Yep. So when you see somebody with that small ball and those skinny pins and he's making them fly, well, you know, it's great. Well, we have $300 for you and only $50 in bonus money and the smaller of the trophies. But you'll be back, I'm sure.
I'll be back, I hope.
Okay.
Take care.
Hey, Joe. Sensational. Yeah. What a debut.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Oh, baby, you sure did not leave your bowling at the roll-off, did you, huh?
No, I don't know.
Are you always as hyper as this? I mean, you're
no, I'm
really
just nervous.
Oh.
That's why I bowl so good.
I want to tell you one thing. Don't take your vacation the last week in August unless you're going to be right around here, okay? Because that 426 looks like it may have you in that big True Value Championship show.
Yeah, that would be nice if this was the first
Here's
time.
a $50 gift certificate from True Value Hardware because you obviously were our marksman of the day. You had $700 for winning plus $550 in bonus money. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year, everybody! And next week, it's going to be Nick Lombardi. Don Gillis says bye.